Brothers and sisters, have you ever found yourself waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. feeling something unusual deep inside your chest? Almost like a gentle whisper calling your name, like the world has paused, holding its breath. Everything is silent, everyone else is asleep, but you're awake, not by accident, not without reason. That moment, that still, quiet, sacred moment isn't ordinary. It isn't just a restless night or a trip to the bathroom. It's a sign, a hidden gift from Allah. At that hour, your heart softens, your mind clears, and your soul feels lighter. It's as if you're being invited to something greater, something beyond the ordinary routine of life. And that's exactly what we'll talk about in this video. What should you do if you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m.? I'll share with you 3 powerful actions you can take during those blessed hours. 3 simple steps that can completely shift your perspective, your heart, your direction, and even your future. So stay with me until the end, because what you'll hear today may change your life in ways you never expected. If you find yourself awake between 3 and 5 a.m., here's what you need to do. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is never random. It may look like just another hour on the clock, but deep inside, something powerful is happening. At this time, the world is asleep, the streets are silent, the phones are quiet, the endless noise of life is paused. But silence is not emptiness. Silence is space. Space for your soul to breathe, space for your heart to rise, space for your mind to see what it usually ignores. During the day, distractions chase you, thoughts rush in, responsibilities drown your spirit. But in these sacred hours, all of that is gone. What remains is truth. So if you find yourself awake at this time, don't ignore it. Don't waste it by rolling over and falling back asleep. Realize the treasure you've been given, because these early hours hold mystery. They carry messages meant only for you. A connection waits to be felt. A whisper waits to be heard. It might be your soul calling out to Allah. It might be your destiny trying to reach you. It might be your inner world searching for light. You are not just a body waking up. You are a soul being touched by something deeper. Yes, your body may feel heavy. Yes, your eyes may still be tired. But your heart knows, your spirit feels, something special is happening. When the world is dark, your inner light begins to glow. You feel things more clearly. You think more deeply. You sense emotions that were hidden in the noise of the day. This is not a time for fear. This is not a time for confusion. This is the time for connection. The time to go within, the time to reach out to Allah, because between 3 and 5 a.m. the veil of the world becomes thin. The dunya is asleep, but your soul is awake. Allah is near. Don't let that moment slip away. Don't bury it in sleep. Instead, sit with it, breathe it in, feel it fully, because these hours are not ordinary. They are sacred, and they are waiting for you. Many people wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. and assume it's nothing. Just a restless night, just a sleep problem. But it's not. It's a doorway, a spiritual opening, a hidden chance for change. If you know how to use this time, it can become the strongest part of your day, even the strongest part of your life. Because at this hour, something happens inside you. Your emotions are raw, your thoughts are honest, your spirit is open. This is not the time for distractions, not the time to grab your phone, not the time to run back to sleep. This is the time for real talk with yourself and with Allah. The best thing you can do when you wake up at this time is simple. Sit quietly, breathe slowly, feel the moment. Don't rush, don't force anything. Let your heart speak. You don't need long speeches. You don't need complicated du'as. You only need truth. Say what you really feel. Tell Allah what you're truly going through. Speak to Him like you would speak to your closest friend. Tell Him about your worries. Tell Him about your confusion. Tell Him about your dreams. Don't hold back. If you feel like crying, cry. If you feel lost, admit it. If you feel broken, say it. This is not the hour to wear a mask. This is the hour to be real. Let me give you an example. A brother once told me how he kept waking at 3:30 a.m. At first he thought it was random. One night, instead of ignoring it, he sat up. He whispered, "Ya Allah, I feel so lost." Tears rolled down his face. He prayed with whatever words came to his heart. A week later, doors began to open in his life, opportunities, peace, and clarity he never expected. Another sister shared how she woke at 4 a.m. burdened with stress. Instead of scrolling her phone, she cried in sujood. That same morning, she said she felt lighter than she had in months. Her problems didn't disappear overnight, but her heart found calm. That is the power of these hours. When you whisper, even with a shaking voice, Allah is listening. This is not a regular conversation. This is the most real moment you will have all day. The question is, will you use it or will you waste it? A moment like this is rare. Your soul feels open, your heart feels soft, your connection to Allah feels strong. After you pour your heart out in dua, don't rush away, don't break the silence too quickly. Stay for a while, breathe, let the moment settle inside you. Slowly, you'll feel the weight leaving your chest. You'll notice the calmness growing. You'll taste the peace that comes when you know Allah has heard you. And when that peace begins to surround you, there is something beautiful you can add. After speaking to Allah, take the next step. Make 3 silent wishes, not ordinary wishes, not casual thoughts. These are deeper, soulful, pure. Maybe you wish to be free from a pain that has followed you for years. Maybe you wish for clarity, to finally find your direction. Maybe you long to be loved, to be seen, to feel useful in this world. Whatever it is, let these wishes come from your heart, not from desperation. Don't rush, don't doubt. Just hold them gently in your chest and release them to Allah. Whisper to yourself, I trust you, Allah. I leave it in your hands. And that simple act changes everything. Because when you use these early morning hours with meaning, they carry power, real power. They can give you emotional strength when you feel like breaking. They can clean the stains from your heart. They can lift your spirit when life feels unbearably heavy. This quiet time can heal wounds you didn't even know were still open. It can give you energy to keep moving when the world feels overwhelming. Most of all, it can make you feel closer to Allah than you've ever felt before. That closeness becomes a shield, a reminder that no matter how forgotten you feel, Allah sees you. No matter how voiceless you feel, Allah hears you. No matter how worthless the world may make you feel, Allah values you. So don't treat this moment lightly. After dua, pause. After silence, wish. After wishing, trust. And after trusting, rise with peace in your heart, knowing you are never alone. But here's the truth, you have to show up. You cannot keep hiding from yourself. You cannot keep pretending you don't hear the call. This hour between 3 and 5 a.m. is not about being perfect. It's not about reciting long lists of duas or proving your strength. It's about something much simpler. It's about presence, awareness, truth. Think about it. Some people live their entire lives ignoring these gentle wake-up calls. They roll over, shut their eyes, and miss the invitation completely. Don't let that be you. If your eyes open between 3 and 5 a.m., it's not random. It is a gift placed into your life for a reason. It's a moment given to you by Allah. Use it, feel it, let it shape you. Let it be the hour when your soul finally meets the one who understands it best. Because in these hours there is a peace unlike any other. It's not the peace of noise disappearing. It's not the peace of finishing all your tasks. It's a deeper peace. A peace that doesn't need words, doesn't need answers, doesn't need explanations. It only asks you to stop, to breathe, to be. When you do that, really stop and feel, you'll notice something shifting. The weight in your chest starts to fade. A calmness begins to grow inside you. It's a calmness this world cannot give you. You'll feel connected to something far beyond this dunya, connected to your Lord. And even in the middle of darkness, when no one else sees you, you'll know you are not alone. You'll feel the presence of Allah. Then the sun rises, the day begins, people rush, cars move, life continues. But you carry that hidden peace inside you. You walk differently. You speak with more gentleness. You act with more patience. You carry less fear because your heart started the day anchored to the one who created it. So never treat that hour as ordinary again. Never call it random. It is a secret meeting, a gift wrapped in silence, an unseen invitation, and all you have to do is show up with your heart open. Now let's go deeper. Why does this time matter so much? Why does waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. often feel like more than just broken sleep? Because sometimes it's a sign, a signal that something in your life is shifting. You might wake up Rub your eyes, glance at the clock, and wonder why now. It feels strange. You feel unsettled, maybe even a little confused. But what if I told you this is not an accident? What if this early hour is not a mistake, but a whisper? A whisper that change is coming. See, change doesn't always knock on the door with noise. Sometimes it comes quietly. Sometimes it arrives like a gentle breeze in the middle of the night. While the world sleeps, your soul is awake, and in that fragile moment, you stand at the beginning of something new. This could be the start of your next chapter, a turning point, a doorway into growth. Yes, your body may still feel tired, but your inner world is alive. Something is stirring within you. It's like Allah is softly calling you, pulling you towards growth. And growth doesn't always come with joy and excitement. Sometimes it comes with discomfort. It comes with strange timings. It comes when you're not ready for it. But deep inside, you know something is awakening. Think about your own life. Maybe you've been running on autopilot, doing the same routine every day, breathing, moving, but not really feeling. Maybe your heart has been silent for too long. Maybe you've been so busy surviving, you forgot what it means to truly live. And so Allah gives you this moment. This hour between 3 and 5 a.m. comes like a gentle shake, a whisper. Wake up, not just from sleep, but from numbness, from fear, from stagnation. This is your chance to rise, not just from your bed, but from everything that has been holding you down. It's not just a restless night, it's a wake-up call. A call from Allah reminding you, your life is not meant to stay the same. Your pain is not wasted. Your journey still matters. Your presence on this earth is important. And when real change is about to happen, your soul knows it first. That's why you may suddenly feel restless. That's why you may start questioning things you used to accept blindly. That's why emotions rise to the surface. Emotions you thought were buried long ago. It's not weakness, it's awakening. Yes, some nights may feel heavy, some may feel emotional. But remember, the heaviness is not to crush you, it's to prepare you. Because every new season begins with a shake. Every new chapter starts with discomfort. Seeds must break before they grow. Hearts must soften before they heal. And maybe, just maybe, this early hour is the soil where your new life begins to grow. So next time you wake up at this sacred time, don't dismiss it. Don't hide from it. Embrace it. Sit with it. Whisper back to the one who is calling you. Because what you're feeling is not ordinary. It's a divine invitation. And it could be the start of your transformation. Sometimes you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. and you can't explain why. Your chest feels heavy. Your emotions rise. Maybe you feel uncertain. Maybe you feel restless. Your first instinct might be to push it away, to roll over and force yourself back to sleep. But what if, instead of rejecting it, you embraced it? What if you sat still for a moment and listened? Because this discomfort is not random. It is a doorway, a hidden entrance to transformation. In those hours, you are being invited to see your life from above, to look at yourself from a higher place. It's like being gently pulled out of routine and into reflection. And what are you being asked to reflect on? Your choices, your path, your relationships, your faith, your direction. This is not punishment, it's preparation. Real change has never come without pressure. Seeds don't grow without first breaking the soil. Muscles don't grow without strain. Faith doesn't grow without tests. And maybe, just maybe, that moment between 3 and 5 a.m. is the soil of your soul being broken open. Maybe it is being watered by the tears you cry in silence. It might be the hour when your soul whispers the dreams you buried under fear and doubt. Dreams you silenced because you thought you weren't enough. Dreams you hid because the world told you they were impossible. At this hour, the ego quiets down and your heart speaks louder than it does all day. During the noise of daylight, you can pretend, you can wear the mask, you can distract yourself. But in these sacred hours, the truth becomes unavoidable. You feel your emptiness, you feel your longing, you feel your need for Allah. And in that raw, quiet space, something powerful happens. You discover a connection no one else can see, but you can feel. And that connection, it's the spark that can ignite courage, purpose and strength you didn't know you had. But there's one condition: you must respect the moment. You must listen. Don't dismiss it as just a restless night. Don't let it fade like nothing happened. Instead, sit up, reflect, ask yourself the questions you've been avoiding. What is Allah trying to show me? What truth am I running from? What dream have I abandoned? What pain have I been hiding? The answers might not come quickly. They may be messy. They may be unclear. But even beginning to ask softens your heart. It creates a shift inside you. And then you start to see it. Waking at this hour is not a problem. It is a blessing in disguise. It is a sign your soul is alive. Maybe nothing outside looks different yet. Maybe your struggles are still there. Maybe the same problems greet you in the morning. But deep inside, something has changed. The fact that you wake up at this hour means your spirit is awake, sensitive, no longer numb to the truth. And that is where true transformation begins. Not when the world applauds, not when your life looks perfect, but when your inner world begins to shift. So if this happens to you again and again, don't ignore it. Don't call it coincidence. Know that Allah is guiding you, not with thunder, not with fire, but with a whisper. He is pulling you out of your comfort zone. He is calling you before the world wakes up. Why? Because your path is different. Your mission is unique. Your healing is waiting. And your transformation, it is knocking on the door. All it takes is for you to answer. Not with perfection, but with honesty. Not with fear, but with faith. When change is close, your body feels it first. Your sleep grows lighter. Your dreams feel deeper. Your emotions rise. You sense you're not the same person you were yesterday. And you're right, you're not. You are growing. You are evolving. You are being prepared for something greater than you imagined. It all begins with this 1 hour, this sacred, quiet, overlooked hour. So don't fear it. Don't escape it by rushing back to sleep. Lean into it. Breathe through it. Listen carefully. Let it teach you. Let it soften you. Let it bring you closer to Allah. Because when your life is about to shift, Allah does not shout. He whispers. And His whispers often arrive between 3 and 5 a.m. So next time your eyes open in that sacred silence, don't run from it. Don't doubt it. Receive it. Because that moment may be the very beginning of your transformation. And those whispers, they often come between 3 and 5 a.m. What you feel in those quiet hours is not random. It is not just emotions drifting aimlessly through your heart. It is your soul speaking. Waking in the early hours, you begin to feel things differently. You think thoughts you don't usually think during the day. Sometimes a wave of sadness comes over you. Other times it's fear, or hope, or even a strange peace you can't explain. But don't dismiss these feelings. They are not ordinary. They are not the chaos of a stressful day or the mood swings of exhaustion. These emotions come from deeper inside, from a place usually buried beneath layers of responsibility, distractions and noise. This is not everyday thinking. This is not shallow worry. This is your soul rising to the surface. It is your heart breaking through everything you've been ignoring. These early hours act like a mirror, not the kind that reflects your face, but the kind that reflects your truth. They reveal what lies beneath your routine, beneath the roles you play, beneath the masks you wear. And when the soul speaks, it does not use words. It speaks in feelings, in emotions that shake you, in silent thoughts that suddenly sound louder than the world outside. It's the quiet knowing that something is missing, even if you can't put it into words. It's the sudden urge to cry, even when nothing bad has happened. It's the deep desire to be close to something, someone, some purpose, even when you can't explain why. That's not weakness. That's not overthinking. That's your soul begging to be heard. That's your heart asking for understanding. But most people ignore it. They push it down. They grab their phones. They scroll endlessly. They distract themselves until the feeling fades, or they rush back to sleep just to escape it. Because facing truth can be uncomfortable. But if you are strong enough to stay awake, strong enough to sit in that discomfort, strong enough to actually feel it, something powerful happens. You begin to understand. You start to hear your soul clearly. You notice the real you, the version of you that hides during the day while you're busy pretending to be fine, pretending to be strong, carrying responsibilities like armor, smiling while quietly breaking inside. But at this sacred hour, all of that armor falls away. At this hour, you are just you, raw, honest, unfiltered, and Allah sees you exactly like that, not how you pretend to be. not how others expect you to be, not the version that performs for the world, but the real you, the fragile you, the hopeful you. Your soul in these early hours speaks of your needs. It speaks of the wounds you carry. It speaks of the dreams you've buried. It speaks of the fears you try to silence. And most importantly, it speaks of your longing, not just for people, but for Allah. You may feel alone in that darkness, but that feeling is not meant to harm you. It is meant to remind you that this world will never be enough for a soul created by Allah. This world can offer you moments, but not meaning. It can give you pleasures, but not peace. Real peace comes only when you understand your soul, and your soul speaks best in silence, when the world is asleep and your heart finally has space to breathe. So when you feel those emotions rising in the early morning, don't label them as overthinking. Don't call them weakness. Don't run away from them. Stay with them. Sit in that moment. Breathe into it. Listen closely, because those whispers are not random. They are Allah's mercy, pulling you back to yourself. They are signs that your soul is still alive, still sensitive, still longing to connect with its Creator. And that is not something to escape. That is something to embrace. Don't run away from what you're feeling. Sit with it. Breathe through it. Let the emotions rise without fear. If tears come, let them fall. If your chest feels heavy, don't fight it. If confusion takes over, don't shut it down. Instead, bring it to Allah. Speak to Him with honesty. Ask Him to help you understand yourself. Ask Him to strengthen your heart. Ask Him to show you what lesson hides within those emotions. Because every feeling carries a message. Sadness may be showing you what you've ignored for too long. Fear may be pointing to the mountain you must finally climb. Loneliness may be urging you to deepen your connection with Allah. Hope may be whispering that brighter days are closer than you think. Don't try to silence it all. Don't bury it under distraction. Don't numb yourself. Feel it. Process it. Let it move through you like waves. The more you resist your soul, the more restless you become. But the moment you surrender, when you sit in stillness, when you turn your heart toward Allah, something shifts. You begin to understand. You start to see what needs to be healed, what needs to be left behind, what needs to be repaired, and what needs to grow. These intense emotions are not here to break you. They are here to awaken you. They are proof that you are alive, that your soul is still sensitive, still searching. They remind you that you are more than just your daily struggles. You are more than the responsibilities you carry. You are more than the pain you hide. You are a soul, alive, guided, connected to something far greater than this world. That is why these feelings come at night. That is why they visit when the world is silent and everyone else is asleep. Because the soul doesn't want noise. It doesn't crave distraction. It craves truth. It longs for healing. It longs for Allah. So let your soul speak. Let your heart feel. And don't fear what rises within you. It is not weakness. It is awakening. When you allow yourself to truly feel during this sacred time, you're not losing control. You're gaining clarity. You're peeling away the masks the world forced you to wear. You're shedding the heavy armor you've been carrying. What remains is the version of you that Allah already knows. Pure, honest, longing, open. And that version of you, the one that cries without shame, admits weakness without pride, and hopes even when life feels impossible, is the version most beloved to Allah. Every time you wake between 3 and 5 a.m. and feel emotions rising, see it as a sign that your soul is alive, a sign that your connection is still there, a sign that your heart still beats with divine purpose. Don't waste it, don't numb it, don't escape it, sit with it, grow through it. Let it carry you closer to Allah. Because no matter what you feel, sadness, confusion, fear or peace, it is your soul reminding you of something greater. You are never alone. You are still guided. You are deeply loved. And this is where the secret begins. These hours can be the start of a new life if you allow them to be. Think about it. How many times have you felt stuck? Days blending into each other, nothing making sense. Every morning feels the same. You try to move forward, but you feel lost, drained, even hopeless. Then one night something strange happens. You begin waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. At first you don't think much of it. You change your position in bed. You sip some water. You close your eyes and force yourself to sleep again. But then it happens again and again, sometimes once a week, sometimes every night. You start to wonder why? Why now? Why me? What if this is not a coincidence? What if this is not about your sleep at all? What if this is the beginning of something? A reminder, an invitation, a chance to rise from the fog you've been trapped in. Because when life feels stuck, when nothing seems to move, Allah often sends subtle signals. And one of the greatest of those signals is the stillness of these hours. They come to shake you gently, to wake you not just from sleep, but from numbness, from fear, from the cycle of going through life without truly living. They come to say, this is your time. Rise, reflect, return to me. And if you respond, everything begins to change. Not instantly, not all at once, but slowly, softly, from the inside out. Because this is how Allah transforms hearts. Not with noise, not with force, but with whispers. Whispers that come in the quietest hours of the night. You close your eyes tightly, hoping to force yourself back into sleep. But it doesn't work. The same thing happens again, night after night. At first you dismiss it. You think it's just restlessness. Maybe it's your sleep cycle. Maybe it's nothing. But then a question starts to echo inside you. Why does this keep happening to me? And slowly you realize, what if this isn't a sleep issue at all? What if it's the beginning of something powerful? Something your soul has been needing for a very long time? Because the truth is, these hours between 3 and 5 a.m. are not ordinary. They are sacred. They are rare. It's as if time itself slows down. The noise of the world disappears. The weight of the day fades. And in that pause, in that silence, something awakens inside you. Your soul wakes up. Even if your body feels heavy, your heart stirs. Even if your eyes are tired, your spirit feels alive. And in that moment, you are given a choice. You can ignore it, roll over, return to sleep, miss the opportunity, or you can embrace it. You can lean into the silence and allow it to open the door to a new version of your life. If you choose the second path, if you choose to stay awake, if you choose to listen to your soul, if you choose to speak to Allah, then this hour can become the turning point you've been waiting for. It can be the beginning of healing, the birth of strength, the rebirth of hope. You don't need to change your entire life in one night. You don't need to create big plans or set perfect goals. You just need to change how you see this moment, because this hour is an invitation to begin again, not from the outside, but from the inside. This is the time to stop pretending, to stop saying I'm fine when you're not, to stop hiding pain under the rug, to finally admit you're hurting, you're tired, you're afraid. And when you finally admit the truth, something magical happens. You begin to feel lighter, you begin to feel heard, not by the people around you, but by Allah Himself. You begin to feel seen, not by the world, but by the one who made your heart. When you whisper in those hours, Ya Allah, I don't know what I'm doing anymore, or Ya Allah, I feel so lost, or simply please guide me, something in the unseen shifts. Your words are not wasted, your emotions are not meaningless. They become seeds, seeds of growth, seeds of healing, seeds of light. And like these are not empty words, they are seeds. Seeds planted in the soil of your heart. And the early morning hours between 3 and 5 a.m. are the rain that waters them. What you promise yourself in that silence has weight. What you tell your heart in those hours carries power. So the next time you wake at that hour, don't turn away. Don't numb yourself. Don't drown the moment with noise. Sit, feel, whisper, promise. Because those quiet promises made in the presence of Allah are the foundation of your new life. And once planted, they will grow roots so deep that no storm can shake them. This is not just a moment. It is your miracle in the making. What you believe about yourself in those sacred hours has weight. If you make a promise in that silence, it does not vanish, it stays with you. It shapes the rest of your day, the rest of your week. And if you honor it, the rest of your life. You must stop waiting for someone else to fix your heart. No one is coming to rescue you except Allah. His mercy, His help, and your own willingness to act are what will save you. And it begins with a promise, not a loud dramatic vow, not a performance for the world, but a quiet, strong, personal promise whispered in the stillness of the night. A promise not to be better than anyone else, but to be better than who you were yesterday. If yesterday you broke your own heart, today you promise to heal it. If yesterday you gave up, today you promise to stand again. If yesterday you hurt someone, today you promise to make peace. Not because the world is watching, but because you are, and because Allah is. Real change doesn't begin with the outside. Real change begins inside. It starts with a promise no one else hears, but you know and Allah knows. Imagine how different your life would be if you actually kept the promises you make to yourself. You would carry confidence that no one could shake. You would respect yourself in ways no one could take away. You would walk into the world without needing approval because you already approved of your own journey. You would smile from the inside knowing I am trying, I am healing, I am growing, I am rising again and again even when it hurts. That is the power of a promise made in the quietest hour of the night, but the world will try to steal it from you. So when that sacred moment arrives, put down your phone, turn off the noise, let your thoughts settle, close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and speak to it. I promise to protect your peace. I promise to forgive you for your past. I promise to honor your pain and also honor your healing. I promise to listen to you instead of silencing your voice. Even if it's just for 2 minutes, keep that promise. 2 minutes of honesty with yourself can be more powerful than 2 hours of distraction. And that promise becomes your foundation. When life gets hard, it reminds you to keep going. When people doubt you, it reminds you of your purpose. When the world feels heavy, it lifts you with hope. You don't need to announce it to anyone. You don't need to prove it to the world. You only need to live it. Carry it like a secret key, a key that unlocks the future you've been searching for. Because when you wake up in the early hours, you are not just awake. You are being chosen. You are being reminded. You are being invited to write a better chapter. A chapter where you stop repeating old pain and start planting peace. A chapter where you stop begging for love and start walking in self-respect. A chapter where you stop hiding your light and start letting it shine. Your promise is not just for the easy days, it's for the hard ones. On the days when you feel like giving up, that promise whispers, "No, I made a vow." On the days when you feel broken, that promise holds the pieces together. On the days when the world is too loud, that promise speaks softly to your soul. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not a mistake. You are a soul with purpose, with potential, with power. And it all begins with that promise made in the quiet hours when only you and Allah are awake. So the next time you wake between 3 and 5 a.m., know this, that moment is not empty. It is not random. It is a message, a personal, quiet message sent only to you. A door has been opened. A secret opportunity has arrived. And if you take even one step in that silence, one whisper, one promise, one tear, one connection with Allah, everything can begin to shift. The heaviness in your chest can start to lift. The confusion in your life can begin to fade. The pressure in your mind can slowly loosen. You don't need perfection. You just need awareness. Awake in your soul, awake in your heart, awake enough to try. Because while the world sleeps, the chosen ones rise. While the world dreams, the awakened ones reflect. While the world stays silent, you have been called. And what you choose to do in that silence will echo in your future. So the next time your eyes open in those sacred hours, don't go back to sleep. Feel it, use it, live it. Because that is not just a moment. That is your miracle in the making.